now.
We've changed. Oh.
Alrighty, we are here in Australia, and it is better than ever. A new era of streaming for ARL, and I am joined today by the guy who's doing all that stuff and the guy who's going to help me commentate today, GSR Silent X. Make sure your audio is included. Hello.
Hello, it's good to be here. I'm looking forward to a great race today as we have Florin going around in T1, but he's back for start now.
Alright, some things I think we should go over is, commentary lineup is on there, I believe. Yup, me and you. And, we see chat in the bottom corner. Yeah, Australia. There were some occasional showers before the race, and there's more showers to continue, later after the race. But right now, it's dry. It was just occasional showers for the time being. And that's the way it was, and that's the way it is. So we see Floyd Foley almost spin it. So, how are you doing, Silent? How are things going with you as we start May?
I'm good. A bit annoyed that the result earlier in GSRPGC, but yeah, overall I'm quite good. Not on as bad as mid as earlier, but yeah.
Just wanna kind of pass this on since I know other leagues have been doing this and all this stuff. I don't know if you know where I'm going with this. 26 years ago today, Ayrton Senna, the tragedy of him, Roland Ratzenberger yesterday, the tragedy of him 26 years ago. That whole bad weekend. Oh, that was one weekend everyone in the Formula 1 community can forget 26 years ago. Obviously, not all of us were alive during that. I know 2 of the drivers were, but obviously we look back on that and we think the safety of Formula 1 has changed, but no one's really ever gone. They're just a lap ahead of the real world. You know, they're in another world, a better world than all of us. They're in the place we all want to be in, a safe place. And that's where Ayrton Senna and Roland Ratzenberger are enjoying their life, a safe place right now. What have you got to say about Ayrton Senna and Roland Ratzenberger as we see CJ Pants spun it out?
Yeah, I think he's one of the greats of F1. Unfortunate to lose him, but we remember him today. And it's great seeing a lot of drivers with his helmet on for this race.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, I mean, Atlantis, one of our admins, said it last night. No one's ever really gone. They're just a lap ahead. You know, I mean, I kind of quoted that right there, just with a few of my own words. I think that's the right way to say it. It really does suck that it's 26 years later. It's crazy. 26 years later. You know, oof. Yeah, it's crazy to think that as DRS is enabled now, and there's some drivers in the softs. Yep, there you go. All right, points.
He will be first out.
We can definitely talk about the points right now. Last race in Singapore, we saw a shake of things. Data Lucas taking the win on track, but we saw Chevy Giant take the win based off of penalties. What did you think of that race? I know you probably watched it back. I'm pretty sure. I think you did watch it back. What did you think of that race?
I think it was a good race. Nothing much else to say really. But I think the day will be much better as everybody enters. Oh, CJ staying out, which is a bit weird. CJ stayed out on the inters, and there's people coming out on inters also.
Yeah, you also fired King, who already has the softs prepared for this later part of the session. But the thing is, there's a time delay. There's a huge time delay. We don't know when the checkered flag will be. The thing is, we don't really know when this checkered flag will be given. Oh, Aaron Ocon, 31. Invite him back to the session, Silent. But we don't really know when this checkered flag will be because there's such a time delay in the session. We had an issue earlier with the session with someone lagging out and stuff. We had an issue there, so just trying to look to yeah, kind of yeah. We had an issue, so that's why. Yeah. Either way, Silent, do you have the points ready? Because we're gonna talk about the points, the gap between the race leaders and everything else. Alrighty, cool. The points. Invite Aaron. Yep, we are. I'm making sure Silent is. Making sure he's invited.
He's invite.
Yeah, the
Oh,
points.
I've invited him to the party.
And, oh, invited him to the party, okay. Make sure you invite to game instead
Sorry.
this time. Yeah, it's alright. So, this is the way the points standings look. Alright, he meant to invite, the game, just thought I'd let you know. He meant to, I'll give you invite to game. Here you go.
Sorry,
Invite the party. Yeah, just, that was a mistake. Anyways, points, as we see on our screen right now. Chevy point lead over Just Dylan Boy. Just Dylan Boy put in a default setup last time in Singapore on accident. Oh, Joseph left the session. I can get him. Yeah, so, you can't see the telemetry. Yeah, you can. What do you mean? Either way, yeah, Chevy Giant, last time out, won the race. 3 different teams with 2 different winners. Chevy Giant was originally reserved till last race and won his first race as a driver, not a reserve. So, Quinn Half up there in points. Dada Lucas, who is Rapper Lucas's dad, who raced last time out, up to P5 in points. Bones, who took the podium originally, but got penalized for the incident, allowing Quinn Half to get to a podium. He's P3 in points. Out of the top 20 in points, who surprises you the most, Silent?
Quinn. Quinn surprised me quite a bit. I wouldn't. He's fast, but I wouldn't expect him to be up in that fight as much. Like, I'd expect him to be at least outside the top 10, but
make sure you get him back. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect him to be as far as up as he is now. I mean, think about it. As Lewis does go to the top 8 seconds faster. Yeah, obviously people going out on softs now, we see. The difference of tires, considering it is the dry conditions now. We see drivers coming to the line right now. Florian Foley being one of them, starting his lap. We also have back there the Alfa Romeo of Chevy Giant starting his lap. There's a bunch of traffic into Sector 2. PMB06. How dare you violate me like that? PMB06. Okay, I see. Okay, alright, I see how it is. Well, Chevy Giant's on a lap right now. He's battling Florian Foley. He doesn't want to really do that. Oh, loses the race car. It's going to go around. But
no.
Saves it, luckily. Either way, yeah, points last time out. Quinn, how surprised to you? Right now he's third in the session, but, I mean, he's shown pace, but that Williams team, do they look like they're a favorite to the constructors right now? Do they look like a favorite to you?
Yes, sorry. I think they will be one of the favourites going into the end of the season. We just need to see what they can do today, I suppose.
Yeah, what's his name? Yes, I was just gonna say, Burning Man, second league racing star, up to P2 already. Lewis, I think, just gone faster. Coming to the checkered flag, you have a racing point in the background. Where is he? Is that Florian Foley? Yes, it is. 7 seconds up. And to the line, it's just going to go P2. Davis, P2. Chevy Giant, P5. Behind that, actually ahead of that, Ollie, P2. Now to the line for Williams. Quinn Half to the top. 121.7 and a grid penalty for Lewis with a contact with JB Smooth. Just a Raptor to the line now. Where does he stand? He is 4th.
Oh, good result for him. P4.
Dada Lucas to the checkered flag this time. 7 seconds up. To the line. It's going to be pole. Williams 1-2. And Just Dylan Boy, what can he do to that? Just Dylan Boy, not a front row for him at all. CJ Pants coming to the checkered flag this time, along with the Burning Man. Burning Man is going to try to improve his lap. He's going to try it, but he cannot improve his lap, I don't think.
So it's going to help him. The line.
Oof. P6 there for CJ Pants in the Ayrton Senna helmet colors. already. Qualifying session we won't forget. A Williams 1-2. They're the second team in ARL to get a 1-2 in qualifying in the front row lockout. How about that? Data Lucas on top by one of the largest qualifying positions ever and largest margins you will see in ARL. Now, let's go through the lineup. Data Lucas on pole. Quinn Half, P2. Just Dylan. Oh, Ollie, a reserve. P5, rounding out the top 5. Then you have the GSR guys of CJ Pants and Raptor. Then Davis, Florian Foley, and Burning Man, a top 10 start in his second league racing start. New to the game still. Now you have behind that Chevy Giant, Hissy, Aaron Ocon, JB Smooth, Goggle Saw, Bones, who didn't even set a time, along with Joseph, Fire King, Lyricaloo, and Zig Starburst.
Well, that was an exciting qualifying session.
For sure.
Hopefully more of this in the race.
Is it really? It's Data Lucas, yeah. I can confirm it. Otherwise, Rapper Lucas would be like so far ahead, you know, you'd notice it. I mean, it'd be obvious. Not Rapper Lucas. I mean, you know. Obviously, he has to run on the same account because there's been account issues between those two that they tried already. But cloudy race right now, the way it looks for this race. All right, well, I'll do the ones to watch in just a minute. But formation lap is in honor of Ayrton Senna, obviously, with 26 years ago. And Roland Ratzenberger, how can I forget? A lot of people do tend to forget him. I hate it because he was just starting his career in F1 26 years ago today. 1994, tragic weekend for F1, where all the tragedy began. Well, 20 drivers I think there is on the grid. There is 20 drivers on the grid. Rapper would be ahead by like, yeah, 22.5 seconds. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, but I didn't want to seem like you know what. Either way, GSR silent. Choose your 3 drivers you want to see win a race today, or not to want to see, want to watch for. Who are your 3 drivers you wanted to watch for? I mean, I know who you want to see, the Racing Point boys, because you're part of Racing Point, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think Quinn starting P2, he has a good shot at P1 today. I think he's going to have a great result if he can get off the line and challenge Dado and off the line. I'm going to also go for Raptor, a bit biased here.
Yeah, I can tell.
I've done some practice with him. He's alright here. I think if he gets away off the line and gets stuck into a rhythm, he can have a good result. And I'm going to go for Burning Man, making his second start, a lot more experience. He done good last week, but I think today he'll have a better result and finish hopefully inside the top 5.
I'm surprised you didn't go with a few people here today that I'm shocked you didn't go for. Data Lucas on pole position. You know what? 6/10 in qualifying. A Williams 1-2. Something we didn't expect to see. But that team is so dominant right now in this series of Tier 3. I don't expect to see anything different. Just Dylan Boy, second in points. First time winner back at France, and was a guy who won in his first ever start. Today he starts P3, slipstream down to turn 1 can easily help him. And I'm gonna go for Chevy Giant. He's leading the point standings right now, starting back in P11. How will things turn out for him? He's got to deal with the midfield and the traffic. How will point standings shape up after today's race in Australia before we go to Spain next week? Which, by the way, Rapper Lucas, the son of Data Lucas, his birthday weekend. So how will that shape up for that family pair? And how will it shape up today? 5 red lights upon us here in Australia. Here we go. And it is lights out, and away we go. A bad start from the Racing Point, but side by side for the race lead. Aaron Ocon already leaving the session, wing damage in the back, but Data Lucas gets out to a race lead side by side between the Haas and the Renault, and Raptor up to P4, contact in the back somewhere. There's a yellow flag, and it is Burning Man off the racetrack, but back in the back, Florian Foley and Lyricaloo in the back, but up toward the midfield and to the race lead, battling all along. And it is P8, P9, Hissy, JB Smooth trying to battle, but side by side almost with Ollie and them. And Chevy Giant almost loses the back end. And David Quinn is spun. from P2. Quinn Alpha spun out. Well, if you can invite Aaron, come back, that really helps, Silent. But back through the field. Very cloudy session. Quinn Alpha actually retired from the session already. Will that be a safety car, VSC? The safety car and VSC has been turned on, obviously, for this season, or for the rest of the season. But 1 second race lead for Daddy Lucas. As Just Dylan Boy's going to go to a barrier. And there's a safety car. And there we go. There's more cars spinning into a mess. JB Smooth hits Dylan Boy out of the race. And there we have carnage already. Safety car.
Chaotic first lap. Two people retiring on the first lap. Bit mad, but yeah, we've got the safety car. Will anybody pit?
Yeah, Raptor being one of them already, along with Ali. Quinn Half actually leaving the session, along with Just Dylan Boy, I think, who's also really pissed. It was going to be a good points day for him, but now it gets Chevy Giant back into the mix of things now. You could tell already it sucks for Renault and Williams. They had great speed. Two of our guys to watch for already out of the race in the first lap. We've seen clean starts in ARL in Tier 3. I guess this ends the... Oh, we have Lewis running in the back of Data Lucas. Lewis running in the back of Data Lucas, and I think he might do it again. Oh, man. Well, safety car is out this time. For Burning Man, this might be his first safety car ever for him. That he's ever had to do. So, interesting stuff from him. Anyway, you have Burning Man, who's already pitted some people onto the hards, other people onto the mediums, who's pitted already. So, you know what? Is this a good strategy by them? Is this what they need to do? I mean, but make sure you invite Aaron Ocon back to the session. He I
have invited him twice.
Okay, well,
This is going to be an interesting restart with everybody on different tyre compounds. I think we'll see the soft runners pull away, and maybe, just maybe, their tyres might die quite early depending on their tyre temps, but the hard runners are going to have a tough time getting the heat into the tyres.
Well, if Chevy Giant or Just Dylan Boy don't win today, we're going to have a first-time winner in the first place. With the way it looks, Data Lucas carrying Williams from right now after Quinhoff's DNF, with the way it goes. Anyways, we have some drivers with their first safety car ever in ARL that they've had to deal with, and some drivers also dealing with their first safety car in leagues in general. I think it's Burning Man's first time in a safety car in this situation, as he runs in the back of JB, or Joseph, that was. Thought that was JB Smooth for a minute. Anyways, the front guys pit Lewis and CJ Pants, but Data Lucas stays out with Chevy Giant. Bit questionable, Silent.
Yes. I think he's thinking behind it is he could pull away and keep his tyres, well, during the safety car in reasonable condition. So I think that's his thinking behind it, and then he'll pit onto the mediums instead of having to risk it on mediums just now, or pitting on hards and risking them not heat up.
I see the commentary lineup sign on your stream, and the stream is still there, actually, from has that stuff. I don't know if you could just do that, or it could make,
I was just
you can make the screen bigger.
Safety cars out.
Okay, I was just wondering because I didn't want to be like that the whole time. All right, anyways,
no,
7 drivers stay out on the soft tires. They've yet to pit. If your name is Raptor, Bones, Ali, Joseph, Burning Man, anyone farther back, you're thinking about the long-term goal right now. You're thinking about, can I get to the end of these tires? How will things go? You know, I'm sure Atlantis, for all you in chat, you know, maybe helping Burning Man. But, you know, long-term what? You got to think about that. You can't sit here and think, oh, yeah, just because I'm yet to pit, you know, this and that, you know. You can't just think the short-term goal. If there's another safety car, VSC, you've got to think, hey, well, you know what? Safety car in this lap, actually. You got to think, really, hey, you know what? I mean, you see guys back here who've yet to pit. We got to see how things go as Ali almost runs into the back of Bones. Anyways, we will be restarting with Rapalucas, Chevy Giant, the 2 who finished 1-2 last week with this. Safety car is in this lap, CJ Pants. I see you in chat there. Yeah. How will this restart go, Silent? How will it go this time?
I think it's going to be a bit chaotic. First restart for a couple of them. Let's see how this goes.
Alrighty. Coming to the second to last turn. When does Data Lucas decide to go? It is going to be the right time. Just about now. Burning Man gets a penalty. But is it the right time? Now it is. And here he goes to the restart. Fire King trying to look on Goggle Saw for P5. But for that race lead, Chevy Giant challenges Rappalucas. And they all make it clean out of the last turn. Oh, into turn 1. Fire King. Goggle Saw. Oh, Bones almost runs into Ollie there off the side of him. Burning Man dropping positions. Now up to Goggle Saw Davis. And we have a spinner somewhere. We have Lyrical Lure around.
Oh, it's Lyrical Lure.
Oh, Raptor has to go off and get by Fire King as Fire King. And the damage, Joseph and JB Smooth making contact. And Florian Foley. Oh, what is this lat? Okay. I'm questioning life. That's all I've got to say. And I'm going to finish that sentence with that. Anyways, for the race lead, Chevy Giant Rappalucas. Or Data Lucas, sorry. For this race lead, Data Lucas staying ahead of Chevy Giant, but through the chicane, a tough part of the racetrack. Let's watch these drivers go through here. Oh, Raptor cuts it.
That's going to run all the way on him.
Oh, there goes the spin! Zig Starburst is out of the race now! Zig goes out after the safety car restart, after a spin through the chicane, and there's a VSC.
Will we see Rappa pit? He's going in?
Yep. There they go.
Oh, Hissy
the front
passes
5.
him into the pit entrance.
Davis and Chevy Giant stay out. PMBO 6. Oh. Well, Ollie, Raptor, and the rest of the field, Bones and them, they're thinking long-term goal. They're thinking, how can I get to the end of the race? They might be the guys in this position. Aaron O'Connor also yet to pit. There's 3 guys yet to pit. 11th on back have pitted. When does this VSC end, and when is the right time to go? A lot of lag from Ollie on
I
back.
think Raptor's in a good position here.
Well, back to the green flag. Aaron O'Connor still has to connect back to the session, but for P3, Ollie staying ahead of Raptor, and positions stay the same as here we go between Bones and Raptor. I'm questioning life.
This log is a bit crazy.
For sure. Anyway, for P3 on back, Joseph also gaining on this and through the chicane. Ollie's going to go through the chicane faster than Raptor. Raptor, running into Bones, running him off the racetrack. Bones is probably saying to Raptor, what did you do right there? That was unacceptable, because that could get things heated pretty later in this race. Now, Data Lucas and Goggle Saw trying to gain on Lyrical Lou. Now Lyrical Lou runs out through the chicane, and Data Lucas has to avoid him, and there goes a major collision between Lyrical Lou and Goggle Saw. Out of the race. Out of the race goes Goggle Saw. Oh my god. Data Lucas is probably the luckiest person on Earth in this race. On today. Probably the luckiest person.
Never makes contact with JP.
Well, Lyrical Lou actually goes off the racetrack right now with his missing front wing. Lap 6 already of this race, almost halfway. Anyways, battle continues for what could be the race lead and what could be the changing positions. Remember, Data Lucas pitted, but front 2 yet to pit. Yellow flag, that's clear now. Aaron O'Connor inside of Lewis at this point. I don't even know what they're trying to do. CJ Pants, DRS range of Florian Foley. Different tires between Aaron O'Connor, Florian Foley, and CJ Pants. Anyways. Oh my god, PMBO 8. Oh my god. What have I created? Oh, Ali lagging through the chicane. I don't know at this point. Okay. Anyways, Florian Foley passes Aaron O'Connor, I think. I can't tell because of this lag, but Florian Foley is ahead, and we have a yellow flag somewhere on the racetrack. I do not know where. Alright, front 2. I think Pit. Davis. Also. PMBO 9. Well, Ollie's going to take the race lead, and on the hard compound tires, he's in front. Lyric Lou is actually retired from the session now. Don't expect a safety car because the limit the game gives is, I believe, 2? 1 VSC and 1 safety car in 25% races. Anyways, Lyric Lou's car spun out AI mode now. Data Lucas taking that fastest lap right now. So, DRS on Florian Foley, trying to gain. This session's really laggy. Hopefully that changes. Joseph down the order. Lagging, I guess. Yeah. Chance of restart. Probably not. I mean, I wouldn't think so. I would not think so. Data Lucas trying to gain on Hissy now for position. Lyric Lou's also left the session now. So, CJ Pants DRS of Florian Foley and DRS of T13 Ollie is Raptor. Joseph, yeah, left. Maybe you can invite him back. As Raptor comes with the chicane behind Ollie. Ollie's still in the race lead, but for position, CJ Pants and Florian Foley battle it out between these two. Florian Foley cuts his chicane and gets a little bit sideways. CJ Pants riding the curb. Data Lucas, Hissy go through the chicane now. Data Lucas, oh, just a bit sideways. Now for P8, Data Lucas might try down the inside now. Data Lucas down the inside, and it's going to get by Hissy. And for P8, Data Lucas is ahead, and no challenge there between them. But up further ahead, CJ Pants and Florian Foley. PMB 20. Can we just end it there at PMB 20, please? Well, CJ Pants gaining on Florian Foley. Now it's going to go down the inside. Florian Foley does have damage, and they're side by side. Oh, off the corner, very sideways. Oh, trying to protect the position. CJ Pants, after he stays ahead, Florian Foley going to dive it back down the inside. Not enough. Chevy Giant actually close to this battle between Data Lucas, Aaron Ocon, Hissy, and Chevy Giant himself. Either way, for the fast right-hander, one of the action zones for sure, because you want to watch out for yourself. You don't know if you're going to spin, if you're going to be able to save your race car. You don't know what's going to happen. Zig Starburst has actually left the session. Now he's out of the race. We have 5 drivers out of the race. Chevy Giant, Hissy, stayed really close. Data Lucas' next target is Florian Foley. Not many positions swapping right now, but Hissy is actually gaining on Aaron Ocon's ghosted car. Through the chicane, keeps it clean. Aaron Ocon getting past there. So, Joseph has joined back the session. Yeah, this session is really laggy, I noticed. I don't know if it's my host connection or what it is. I don't know. I need to invite Aaron Ocon back. Alright, well, Chevy Giant did pass Hissy there. Data Lucas' next target is Florian Foley. Then it's CJ Pants, so he's going to still try for a podium here in Australia. Tier 2, Tier 1, how do you look at tomorrow? Silent, how do you look at things going tomorrow? Oh, by the way, Data Lucas down the inside of Florian Foley. He's going to run just wide, and Florian Foley drives right back through. Alright, what do you think about Tier 2 tomorrow and Tier 1 Sunday? How do you think things will go, Silent?
I think we're in for 2 great races coming on Sunday and tomorrow. I think there's going to be a great fight up the front, hopefully with me included. Hopefully I don't get taken out by Harrison this time, but you never know. And in Tier 1, I think we're on for another good race. Walker's saying this isn't one of his strong circuits, but you've heard him say that before, so we'll probably see him with making him extend his record of the wins in a row.
Yeah. Well, now contact between Chevy Giant and Florian Foley, and side by side through this corner, Florian Foley's going to nearly lose it, and Data Lucas also got ahead in that situation. Data Lucas is ahead. Alright then, so Aaron Ocon close to Davis, but Aaron Ocon's AI is going to pit, and was the only driver yet to pit in this situation. So, 4 drivers in a DRS range, kind of almost whatever. P6, P7, P8, P9, all close together, but not necessarily close enough. Data Lucas is actually gaining on CJ Pants. Oh my god, this race is horrible.
He needs to make up 14 seconds to get a podium.
Chevy Giant, whoa. Yeah, I mean, I'll just blame it on the dreary day. It is outside. It is raining. It's not good. I mean, CJ, yeah, that's gonna get me. Oh, no. Either way, Hissy's close to Florian Foley, DRS range of him. Data Lucas gaining on CJ Pants should have DRS by this time through the chicane, or out of the chicane, sorry. And
I've noticed
CJ Pants sideways. Oh! And Data Lucas side by side gets by, and he is ahead for P5.
CJ is missing his right imploit, which I've just noticed, so that might be affecting him.
That's why maybe Dada Lucas caught CJ Pants so early. Maybe that's why. Don't know. Not really sure. We'll find out. Anyways, battle for P8. Hissy and Florian Foley go back and forth at it down this front straight. Heading to turn 1. Hissy DRS on Florian Foley and gaining into turn 1 this time. Hissy down the inside of Florian Foley. Both might have wing damage. Florian does for sure. And Hissy runs out wide. Florian Foley gets by, but Hissy will have the DRS along with Davis behind. Now Davis challenges for P9. Side by side. And Davis goes around the outside there. Oh, Davis runs wide through the grass. And, yeah. We saw these two battle earlier.
Bones.
Yeah, I was just saying, we saw these two battle earlier back in Singapore. Lewis and Bones. How do things change between them? CJ Pants, Rappa Lucas. Still, or Dada Lucas. Oh my god, I'm gonna pay me. Or I'll pay back stuff. As simple as that. Every time I mix it up, I'll do it. I'll pay back a penny every time I mix it up. I'll mix it up every time. Trust me on that one. Anyways, Dada Lucas. Still staying ahead of CJ Pants. It was a DRS gap. It was manageable. But now it's different. Lewis, you're right, on Bones. P3 between these two. Lewis gets by. Bones tries it back down the inside. Not enough for him to make a move. And Bones. Oh my, PMB 23. Oh, I'm just getting violated. Chevy Giant tries it down the inside of CJ Pants. Is going to get by for the time being. Points leader. Trying to stay ahead at this point, and is definitely going to extend his gap for sure in this situation. Considering the championship standings, this is the way it looks. Davis by Florian Foley for position. Davis does get by Florian Foley. Yellow flag. Joseph's out of the race.
He's done it through turn 1. How's he done that?
Well, just a few more laps to go this time, though, but you would expect Raptor to begin an Ollie. Ollie's actually got a comfortable gap right now. Ollie's racing in the race lead. And that's the way it goes for him. He's going to stay there as of right now, unless he spins out of the chicane. Raptor looks to be on for podium. So does Lewis. Expect them to be on the podium. Anyways, Hissy's close to Florian Foley now for position. Hissy a little bit sideways, has to take it easy through the chicane, allowing Florian Foley to get maybe almost out of DRS range. This time, Florian Foley with that wing damage does stay ahead. Well, for that race lead, Ollie extends that gap with GSO Raptor. 5.3 seconds that gap is, and then Lewis, Bones, and then Dada Lucas behind in that position. Yellow flag.
Oh,
there's Burning Man actually out of the race to the chicane. Well, he survived long enough to the chicane in his second start. Out of the race this time. And we have 7 drivers who've been out of the race at this point. Down the inside he goes. Oh, a little bit of contact. Lagging inside of him and side by side. Through turn 4, turn 5 now. Not enough.
JB gets
runs out wide. Well, this time expect us to come to 2 laps to go. You'll be seeing that mark pretty soon. Does Lewis gain on Raptor?
He is.
I mean, does he like pass him? Does he pass him? That's what I meant. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just blame on the damp conditions outside, and in this racetrack, I'm gonna blame on that. I can't get anything right. But Do you think Lewis passes Raptor?
I think he does. I think he does it right here after on the second straight.
Yeah, heading off the turn 2 to turn 3 now a little
he
bit
gets about it.
sideways. Oh, it was close for losing that back end, but now Lewis is going to have to try it again on him. Ollie having this race lead. Ollie, a reserve. Ollie might be the second reserve this season to take a race win, and if he does so, could that get him a seat to someone who is inactive or gets kicked from a team for inactivity? We've seen Ollie, this amazing race lead, 6.4 seconds. Probably the biggest gap so far in tier 3, tier 3, I think it is. Right now, I'm not going to assume anything now, but that gap is actually getting closer and closer between Raptor and Ollie. Ollie must have made a mistake or have low ERS through the chicane, but now Raptor stays ahead of Lewis, and Lewis gets a little bit sideways, but now Dada Lucas has been forced into a mistake and is losing positions. He's lost positions to Chevy Giant now. Well, this time, final lap for T13 Ollie. That race lead extending that gap 7.0, but now it's close between Lewis and Raptor for position. How do things go? Lewis gaining on Raptor into turn 1, Raptor moving a little bit twice, and now Lewis to the outside this time, side by side with Raptor, heading into turn 1. Oh man, Raptor almost lost the car there, and is lucky just to have him get by. Oh, CJ Pants by Dada Lucas. Dada Lucas made damage, and there goes Dada Lucas, making contact with CJ Pants. And out of the race. Out of the race goes Dada Lucas.
Raptor sticking with Lewis. He might get him down the back straight.
I don't know what to say. Dada Lucas, CJ Pants just straight up turned into him. I don't know what to say. I really don't. Anyways, this is the final lap of the race now. We're gonna interview the podium after. Yeah, what was that? Yeah. I agree. Well, heading through the chicane, final time for Raptor and Lewis. Nothing changes. Stays pretty even. This is the way the positions look. T13 Ollie, he took advantage of that safety car. He got into the hards. We didn't think it was going to work. Right now, comes to the final corner. He's a reserve. He's going to win it. Off the final corner, T13 Ollie wins the Australian Grand Prix as a reserve. Checkered flag. And coming to the final corner, Lewis is ahead of Raptor. A podium for both of them. First time guys on the podium this time. Bones right behind that. And yeah. And Bones DNFs himself out of the race after that. But Chevy Giant, the points leader, comes home 5th as we see Florian Foley and CJ Pants trade positions. Will CJ Pants be giving a penalty from that? Don't know. We'll find out. Anyways, Davis comes to the line, P6. Hissy behind, Florian Foley behind the CJ Pants, and then Fire King after that. Well, what the hell may I ask about? Yeah. Controversial for that last lap for sure.
CJ is currently eating the wall.
Wall riding. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Well, 4th, Ollie started. You had Lewis, who started back in 9th. And Raptor started back in 6th. Raptor, a podium for him in ARL. Last season, he didn't even get to see the podium. He only got to see P4 at one point. That's the way it was for him. And Raptor gets a podium this time in ARL. First time on the podium for him. Let's get the post-race interviews in a minute here. Post-race interviews. Well, my commentating was bad, I will be honest. That was not even good for me. I stuttered every moment I could. I didn't even try to fix it, but yeah, it's whatever. We'll figure it out for tier 2 tomorrow. Just blame it on the jury day it is outside. But yeah, besides that, hopefully GSR for later is better for commentary. It's a double Williams DNF and a double Ferrari DNF. We had 8 DNFs that race. I got squeezed, and when I passed, I thought I was in front of Rapper Lucas. It wasn't intentional. And it just looked it, but I would assume a penalty by the stewards. That would mean... Yeah. Well, let's do post-race interviews now for the top three. Top three should be joining us right now. Let's see who joins us. Racers and podium finishers here from this race. After joining us, Lewis joins us. Ollie, I don't think he'll join us right now. I don't know if he will. Anyway, I definitely was really bad on the commentary. Don't watch it back, please. No, I mean, oh, that was just bad for me. That was really bad. I could have easily done better than that. But anyway, let's focus on the podium finishers. Let's not focus on the bad parts of it. I actually remember the clip clap because I got 5-second penalty and Joseph was lagging all over the place and you were teleported from me, causing me to hit him. Alrighty. Alright, anyways, drivers on the podium. Lewis, I'm gonna interview you first since you finished ahead of Raptor. Lewis, are you there? And make sure audio is included.
Yeah.
It's P2. Really, the safety car helped you out compared to the guys who dominate and compared to the first lap stuff. How did you look at that race for you? And make sure your audio is included.
My audio is good. That race was very strong for me, but not as much my teammate, which got quite unlucky. But from my point of view, strong finish. Happy with the result. Maybe we could have got a few points if my teammate finished, but he was quite unlucky with the Ferrari incident. But pretty happy with this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, with the way it went for you, you took advantage of this, such as Data Lucas Chevy Giant. Why do you think they did that?
I guess they were hoping for a safety car or a big incident. There were 2 safety cars out, and I gambled on the first one, so played into my plan, I guess. Just capitalised on it from tyres.
What do you expect going in the next race in Spain? Next time out.
Hoping for another strong finish for both the team this time, and trying to just move on and try to win our constructors.
Silent, do you have any questions for Lewis, our P2 finisher from today?
Yeah, just how you got heat into them hards to make them work for the first lap after a safety car, really.
I was in mediums, and
Oh, that was
I don't
Ollie
actually
you
know.
talked about then.
It was Ollie that was on that, yeah.
Ah, okay. Being stupid.
Anyway, congrats on the P2. I'm invited Ollie now. I'm gonna talk to Raptor. Raptor, are you there?
Yep.
Make sure you include your audio. It's been a weird week for you, I will say. You kind of practiced with Silent from what I know. Had a lot of wrecks this chicane, I heard. Couldn't make it through there. From what I heard, at least. You took over as FIFA owner, and now you are on podium for the first time in ARL. How do you feel about that, Raptor?
It feels great. Like, the competition's so, like, good for, like, saying this is the bottom tier in the league. Like, there's loads of fast people. Like, if it wasn't for the safety car, I would be nowhere near the podium.
I mean, yeah, that's safety car really benefited you, but I mean, you had a few P4s last season in tier 2. Obviously, you did your team proud with Renault, but how do you look at this compared to last season? I mean, you got a few P4s, you got, I mean, P3 today. How do you look at it heading into Spain and just for the team and for the season, and compared to tier 2, how do you look at it?
Compared to tier, like, the start of this season wasn't great because I had 2 non-points finishes, but last week it started getting good, and compared to last season, it's like kind of evens right now. We'll just have to see how it goes on.
What do you expect going into Spain next week?
Probably a few safety cars. Not as much chaos as what happened today, but maybe if there's another early safety car, I could pit and hope for something the same.
Congratulations on P3 today. I was just trying to make sure. Anyways, Silent, do you have any questions for him?
It's just, how do you get so much pace from after doing a practice session? Like, you had a lot of pace that I never knew you really had. Were you practicing a lot in time trial and that? After a lot of practice sessions?
I only done a few laps in time trial. I guess. Oh, I didn't have a set when I was with you, so I guess the setup probably helped.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully a good result for you next week as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out with Ali to get him an interview because every time it says include audio, it crashes for him. Anyway, what'd you all think of that race? Anyway, compared to other Tier 3 races. I didn't think it was the most exciting compared to other Tier 3 races, but I thought it was at least decent. Silent?
I think it was an alright race. A couple of things we didn't expect, like the crash from Dad Lucas, and well, not the crash, but just the contact that happened there. But yeah, and got a bit spread out after safety car, but it was good seeing people gamble under safety car and come out with that. So
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect to that podium to be like that. If you asked me before today's race, I would have not had the podium even correct at all. I would have not had the top 5 correct at all. That was odd. One of the more odder races in ARL. I didn't expect that at all. Yeah, I didn't expect Raptor today, Lewis today, even Ollie. I didn't even expect him to show up, to be honest. I was kind of surprised because he's forgot about the last 3 weeks. But I mean, in general, it's like, holy cow, what is this? It's crazy because of how that happened. That this race went down, how it happened, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know. I'm not entirely sure. Besides that, yeah, Tier 2 is tomorrow at Australia, obviously. Tier 1 tomorrow, Australia, or Tier 1 Sunday at Australia. 12 Eastern. Jesus, I'm messing up everything.
It's one of those days.
Yeah, it's one of those days. Simple as that. Tier 1 is Saturday, or oh my. Tier 1 is Sunday. Yeah, Tier 2 is Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. UK at Australia. And what do you expect during those races, Silent and Raptor? What do you guys think will happen in those 2 races tomorrow and Sunday?
I'll let Raptor go first if he wants to.
I see a lot of people crashing out of the chicane. Because there'll be people, I think, trying to push the limits a bit more. And then just crashing, so... Yeah.
Yeah, I think the same. I think there'll be a bit more contact and 1 or 2 safety cars, but I think there'll be a great fight at the front with the 3 DRS ones here. But there could be a train that starts to form in the midfield, which might get a bit boring after a couple of laps, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, Australia is one of the more boring tracks in F1 and in just games in general of F1. So I don't expect anything promising for Tier 2 or Tier 1 tomorrow. I mean, unless a safety car comes out, and unless a safety car comes out with 10 laps to go, 5 laps to go, late in the race, and changes strategy, that's the only thing I will find interesting tomorrow. I don't think it'll be a good race, but I don't think it'll be a bad race. I don't want to say, it's going to be a bad race, but I don't think it will be a bad race. I think it'll be just okay for Tier 1, Tier 2, considering it's the more competitive tiers. It's the more better tiers with stuff such as, racing and, the competition Tier 1, Tier 2 is more competitive. The Tier 1 midfield, we're going to see a lot of battles between them, I feel like. Tier 2, the front, you don't know what could happen. So, whether we saw rain not necessarily hold off as much as we thought. I mean, it was going to rain later on, but occasional showers throughout qualifying, just a little bit. I mean, it's what we saw. I mean, I don't know. Let's hope the rain holds off for tomorrow. Unless you guys want to see like a really boring race tomorrow. I mean, I don't want to, but either way, it was just, for me today, like one of the more dull races, and I'm not surprised if we see the same thing tomorrow. I mean, we saw the battle with CJ Pants. He kept us interested with that, but I don't think it'll be too interesting for Tier 1, Tier 2. Spain will probably be better, and I hate to say that, and that's probably sad for me saying that, but Spain will probably be better. I've seen chaos there. I'd rather have good chaos than just a boring race. But either way, that's really it for me. Tier 2 tomorrow, Saturday, 5 p.m. UK, 12 p.m. Eastern. Tier 1 Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. UK. Make sure you tune back in. Thanks for watching. And Silent, you're racing that race tomorrow. Polo's commentating. Silent, where do you expect to finish? I mean, I expect last. But, yeah.
Thanks, FameB. Really helping here.
Yeah, DNF, man. DNF.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Hopefully a good result. Maybe inside the top 5. I do have quite a bit of pace. But yeah. I want to say one thing about the stream. I apologise for the graphics. They're obviously still a work in progress, but
yeah, that's true.
I think by next week you'll find them all set up and properly to go. So
yeah,
if there is a couple of bugs and a bit laggy, like these, don't click off the stream and think you're on internet. It's probably just something to happen with the stream or the lobby with the new graphics.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we should get that figured out by this next week. It should be figured out by then, and everything else set up for the stream and just whatnot. Everything should be set up by next week and fully done. We're kind of doing these as test streams of how to set it up. Obviously, we could do it any other time, but we all have lives. We all have league races to do and stuff like that. Anyway, that's really all I have to say. Today's race was kind of dull, but it's all right. Anyways, if you don't know already, Silent Designs is sponsoring the next few races for Europe races. The Spain, Hungary, Austria, Britain, Italy, Germany. Those 6 races, Silent Designs will be sponsoring and being more involved with the league. You'll see that as those races will be sponsored in every single tier. Tomorrow, Tier 2. Sunday, Tier 1. We return back to Australia. We hope to see you then. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you then.